Hey, what's happening? What's going on? Today on the morning session, had a classic Thursday. Thursdays are just hard for me to trade for whatever reason. Basically, I was nice and patient and then still got a little too early into the move. Took a nice loss on stream. Ended up getting re-short and making money after the stream. You can show the screenshot there. But overall, just kind of a tough day of a slow grind. We had like really choppy situations that looked like it was going to roll over, which is why I was short. Ended up flushing to the upside, popping nicely, and then coming back down pretty hard. So please sit back and enjoy the stream recap. All right, we're opening up outside of yesterday's value area at 400, currently at 500. 420 is at play. Everything feels nice and rippy, but we'll play it by ear. All right, a little wick test on the ES. Rejecting 37.75 so far. Nas also pushing into it, or trying to. Let's see what buyers are doing, if anything. And kind of weak, to be honest. See what happens at 90. 82 as well, I guess, technically. Right where it is right now. That was the double bottom from earlier. Pushing through it. We got volume at 90. Rejecting it so far. Should have taken the short. I'm trying to be patient. Y'all know, this whole week, just really trying to practice sitting on my hands. All right, we're just continuing to push here. 500. Let's see what happens. High day, 504.25, I think is what he said. New candle's about to open up. Kind of want to see a push back into 90 to 500 with Delta going down. Might be worth a short, but looks heavy. Looks like we're about to go flush view up, actually. There's the kick into 82. Let's get that run into 90 that we were just talking about. I'm going to take that short off of 90. Again, we got volume at 95 and cycle at 500 as well. I want to see VWAP get tapped on this double bottom break on the ES, and I want to see them push VWAP on the ES and it get pushed again on the NAS for the rotation to 50, honestly. But as of right now, it's just pushing. We're what, 6 points down. To me, it's still worth being I'm gonna hold this for right now. Buyers still not looking crazy to me. Got a 600 block at 50. Probably magnets into that. We'll see. I'm curious actually if we get there or not. We didn't get a whole lot of push on that from a Delta perspective as we try and approach the new highs here. Might have to kill this trade. Cracking 07. ES looks like it just wants to run as well. Up into that block at 50. It just feels like it could also just literally chop out in range. Because there we have a new high getting, or basically a new high getting put in without Delta doing it. And that's typically a sign of a downward move. Today is the last day. If you want 40% off every month of your Top Step Combine until you pass it, today's the last day. It's going to be the best deal of the year. Came right back down to our break even at 88. ES ran that double top that was at 45.5. Very choppy. I will say everything to me is still pointing to a downside move across the board. So that's why I'm holding on. We've just been consolidating 500 and volume. But yeah, everything to me still looks a little heavy. It's just, will we actually snap it or not? We barely broke the high. We still have this double bottom at 35.85. I want to see us go trade 51 realistically. But I just don't know if it's going to happen or not. Everything looks heavy though. And as soon as I take this trade off at the bottom of the range or something, it's going to literally just freight train through everything. All right, it's top of the hour. Getting a little push on the NAS. That's exciting. Up into 500 on the start of this candle. A little bit of buyers trying to push through as well. This might rip it. Finally, we might get the push into 50. We'll see. Right at that spot at 07 again. There we go. Trying to push. Finally. Coming in for the block. For the magnet, maybe. Maybe. Hanging out right at 20 now. We're 30 points down on this trade. We did have a surge of buyers come through on that push. But we ran all the highs. So now I'm just not sold that we're going to continue pushing it, to be honest. I was just about to get in short too at 20. It happened so fast, the flush off of it. And then we were hanging out at 13. And I was like, I don't want to short 13, which was the prior high. Should have taken the magical 20 short though. That would have been the smart thing to do. All right, we're in two. Short off the 20 range. Yes, very close to that 50 number. So still probably a little bit of upside potential there, potentially. Just do it already. Get it out of the way. This double bottom held on the ES as of right now. I wish there was actual, like, there's no way I'm going to track this, but it would be very interesting to know the math on that, like the true math on how often these hold for a session on a side-by-side 5-minute versus how often it gets run through. Finally, here's the block. Down $1,100. There we go. We swept through it. So now it's the time to tell what's going to happen. Do we continue running, or was it just a quick sweep through and pull? And it appears the Nas is trying to boost out of it. I can't believe these VWAPs held. A couple blocks on the flip side to the upside. Probably going to have to chalk this. I also did not think that this consolidation would yield the expansion. Felt very rolly. So the fact that we boosted out of it is just like, shitty. But it is what it is. This candle flipping red from a price action perspective would be very interesting to me. Flipping red on it would potentially look back for the value area rotation if we can get back inside green. Everything is obviously going up right now, so that's like a pretty contrarian play. If this is going to be one of those days where like it gets super heavy all candle and then we get like a last like 10-15 second push to close super strong, I'm just not interested in trading that. Watching Delta here, it's just like non-existent on this push to the upside. So we see what happens at 50, if we get a huge push in Delta or not. All right, here we go. Push into 50, finally. Literally flat Delta. Actually flat. Into the cycle level at 50. We're like right at the top of the range here as well on the daily chart. I just don't want to watch this run for forever on like a slow grind day, which is what we're getting close to. We just ran the high by a tick on the ES. This looks pretty bad to me, to be honest. If I wasn't already in the trade, I'd be getting short here. And I wish that was the case, to be honest. I wish I was getting short at 50 instead of being short at 500, right? Now it's up 1.18% on the day. ES up 1% on the day. Fairly correlated at this point. Got another 300 block at 60. So everything to me is saying we're still going to continue pushing. I'm killing this trade. Down 2 grand. Not ideal. Wait for a pullback and get long, or like this thing just runs all day and it's just like one of those days that just feels super fake, which I don't really know how I feel about calling the markets fake. It just feels weird. Price action feels weird. Easy to say that after you lose though, right? But everything felt so rolly until it popped those prior highs. And I guess I probably should have flipped long on the break of the prior high, but that's a bunch of shoulda, coulda, woulda hindsight BS that I'm not going to get behind.